Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So, if you haven't heard by now, the channel is officially sponsored. That's right, we have our first official sponsor. I want to say a big shout out to HexGaming for not only sending this particular controller to my house right here, but for also taking a chance with this channel and supporting us. Now, I announced this on social media as well, and I've gotten a lot of questions of what exactly is HexGaming and why am I so excited about this. As you guys know, for those of you that have been following me since the very beginning, you would notice that there was a few things on this channel, such as Call of Duty videos. Back in the day, I used to play a lot of Call of Duty, going far back as Call of Duty Ghosts for the PlayStation 4. I think that was like the last, maybe Black Ops as well, but the last Black Ops was like the last one. But anyway, I had one of these at the time, as you guys see right here. This is a controller from Scuff Gaming. Yes, this controller's been through a lot. There it is right there. But it's still held up pretty well. And there's, again, we'll get into that in a second. But anyway, there's my history right there with with Scuff controllers. Back to HexGaming, because that's obviously what this is about. HexGaming is a controller that specializes in those type of controllers, and they have a crazy variety of designs for you guys if you want to check them out. Links in the description below. Definitely go ahead and check them out if you want to. Now, this right here, again, this controller was customized by myself here. You see there's blue chrome buttons in the actual controller itself. You have silver finish as well. You have blue chrome in the actual analog sticks, and of course for the shoulder buttons as well. And on the back, you got your blue chrome as well. So I pretty much went with the the theme of the channel. I also added a textured grip at the bottom of the controller as well, so the controller wouldn't slip out my hands. That's actually happened a few times with the DualSense. I've actually gotten a little excited and the damn thing slipped out of my hand. That doesn't happen with this particular controller at all. But aside from that, that's pretty much it in terms of the looks department of this controller. Let's get into the actual features. Another thing that this controller offers is removable thumbsticks. As you see right here, these thumbsticks are not the same size, and the reason why is because they can simply be pulled off like so, and you can change them with any other of the options that they give you access to. For those of you wondering, do you get those when you buy the controller? Yes, you do. You get a nice little box right here with different thumbsticks and sizes. So you pretty much have a bunch of options for you guys if you consider buying one of these, all right? In terms of the overall weight compared to a standard DualSense, this has a little bit more weight, not a whole lot, just a tad bit more weight, and that's mostly because the actual buttons on the back, and that's about it. It pretty much feels like a normal DualSense controller. So there you guys go. In terms of gameplay, I mean, gameplay was super smooth, man. I had no issues whatsoever. It felt very natural to press the buttons on the back. Granted, again, I've had experience with the actual Scuff Gaming controller right here, but again, it felt even more, natural with this right here because I game like that. No issues whatsoever. No issues. So I do recommend the controller for that particular aspect. Not only are you going to have more control in games, you're going to just feel great, especially with the long play sessions, and you won't have no issues. And again, for those of you wondering what's the point of the paddles on the back of the controller and how exactly do they work, as you see on the back of the controller, there is a button here. You press this button right here on the back of the controller, there's going to be a red light that appears right here, and basically once that red light pops up, you press and hold one of the paddles, and then you assign it to a button by pressing that button and the paddle at the same time, and the controller will blink and pretty much let you know that that button has been assigned, and then you lock it in by pressing the button again, and then boom, the controller will actually operate with that particular button, and that's basically how it works. These controllers, again, are used for higher league play, and it's for more of those hardcore gamers that want to take, more control into their games. That's really about it. So it's a little hard for me to recommend this for a casual player, to be honest with you guys. I mean, granted, there's a lot of casual players that probably would consider buying this, but at the same time, I really do recommend this more so for the hardcore gamer, because the pricing for this is definitely what's really is going to stand out compared to the competition. And let's talk about that before you guys get into gameplay and you see my results, etc., etc. There is a little bit of criticism here, especially with the price. As you guys know, the DualSense by itself is $70. The max you're going to be paying for a controller like this from HexGaming is around $300. Granted, you'll pay less than that if you don't really go all out with the customization. I mean, you can just get a standard controller, standard style. Like you can get the base default controller that looks like this, or black again, and you can just have the paddles on the back, and you probably pay like $230, maybe $240 at retail for it. Again, it's up to you, depending on how you feel about the controller and how you want to go about it. So it's really up to you. But again, these are controllers for the more hardcore gamer. And again, with that price tag at $300, $230, here's where the competition kind of falls through, especially since they have an option now for Xbox. Yes, they do sell Xbox controllers. They have the Series S controllers as well, or Series X controllers coming as well, but those are not on the shop yet. The only next gen offering is the PS5. So for those you wondering for next gen, that's the only option right now for HexGaming. But they do have Xbox One controllers as well that you can customize, and of course, have the paddles. But again, like I just said earlier, the biggest competition that HexGaming kind of has right now, believe it or not, is actually Microsoft and Scuff, because they have cheaper options and alternatives. For the actual Xbox, they have the Elite Series 2 controller. And for the Elite Series 2 controller, you can probably get one for around $180. And you get pretty much everything that I just listed for this controller. And you can actually change the D-pad. And it comes with a carrying case, or should I say a protective case. Like so, that's also a charger. HexGaming doesn't offer something like this, and that's kind of a big missed opportunity with this particular store. Granted, they probably going to add it later down the road, but I kind of wish they had one automatically. That way, I don't have to worry about this particular controller ever, something happening to it or anything of that nature. I would like to keep it nice and safe and pristine in this right here. I'm just saying, man, there's a reason why this controller lasted so long, and it's mostly because it fits snugly in this, and I can store it away somewhere, and I can come back home from work or whatever, and the controller would be nice and fine. That's something I think HexGaming should really look into, but that's about it for that aspect. Yeah, that's about it. There's nothing really else to really say about that at all. Again, battery life, etc. More than likely, if this controller dies on you, you're probably going to be tethered to your console with the actual USB-C cord, because there's no way this controller can fit on the actual charging dock for the PlayStation 5. So for those of you wondering about that, the answer is no. You cannot plug this to the actual PlayStation 5 charger dock at all. In fact, as soon as you try it, it's just going to not even... it's not even going to connect to it. So there you guys go. But that's pretty much it for the actual my take on the whole controller. I'm actually going to switch this over to gameplay. You can see the controller in action with my hands and everything. But if in terms of recommending this to you, I do recommend this to those who are more serious about controlling games. I do recommend this for the hardcore gamer. This is definitely a controller to look out for, and it's really very reliable indeed. I played numerous games with this, no issues whatsoever. Granted, this review should have came out a little earlier, but at the same time, I really wanted to do a thorough, review before we got this controller. So, there you guys go. Overall, that's pretty much it. That's just my little take on the controller, and no complaints really in terms of aside from the things that we said. But again, in terms of the controller, it works as advertised. It's definitely up to date, and it's definitely something to look out for the PlayStation 5. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. And if you are interested in getting one, use the coupon code BigCloudGaming. You'll save 5% off on your purchase. And let me know if you guys enjoy it. But I'm going to go ahead and move this over to the gameplay section. You guys can see the results for yourself. And yeah. Appreciate you guys for watching. Big thank you and shout out to HexGaming for supporting the channel and, of course, this video. And shout out to all you guys for making this opportunity possible. I'll see you guys first thing Monday for more PlayStation news, etc. Y'all be good. It's your boy Big Cloud, a.k.a. Ryan. I'm signing out. Come on, guy, move out my way. She has that resupply ability too, which I think is like crucial. There it is, bro. Like, especially when you don't want to rely on idiots, you can just like, buy that and just keep buying those stems. Thank you, good fucking guy. Good shit.